So, today we're going to do that Italian classic seafood linguine, is that right?
Linguine allo scoglio. Yes.
Very good.
We have some
tiger prawns.
Tiger prawns, yes. Some mussels.
They look like the New Zealand green-lipped mussels.
Exactly, yes. And we have some calamari.
They're quite large ones.
Yeah, large because
medium size.
Medium size, and they are cut large in a large way so that they cook evenly all together.
So that everything cooks at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We start with the extra virgin olive oil.
On just about any Italian seaside town, sitting in a restaurant by the harbour, they would do this.
Exactly, the linguine
It's a
scoglio.
classic.
Classic, traditional, codified recipe.
So we're starting with a mix of seafood here. We've got mussels.
Yes, beautiful tiger
King prawns,
prawns.
tiger prawns.
Yes, and calamari.
But these are sort of medium-sized calamari.
Medium-sized calamari, yes, and they are quite large, so they cook evenly
at the same
time
as the other things.
As the other things.
Okay.
And then we straight away we put some
olive oil,
as usual.
Okay.
And some white wine.
And white wine. And that's a good,
a very
full
good
glass.
Yeah. And then a little bit of Napoli tomato sauce.
Okay.
The sauce have to be pink.
Okay.
Some people they do like white, and some stock.
Is that fish stock?
No, this is vegetable stock. Yeah, Parmesan.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah. So to get nice rich, not too much, so that you don't feel it. Then after that we put some peperoncino and garlic. We put some parsley.
The chopped parsley.
Yeah, and
basil.
And some basil. So now the sauce is...
Actually, you know what? Already there's a wonderful smell coming up off that.
Of course, and
beautiful.
Some
bit of salt.
Okay. Yeah. Now we cook the linguine because the sauce needs something like 10 minutes.
Okay, which is long enough to cook the linguine.
Yeah, exactly. Always some
salted water.
Yeah. And here we go. It's for 2 portions. Yeah?
Okay.
So that's 1 portion.
Yeah.
And that's
2 portions.
2 portions.
I normally find now in this country people make 2 mistakes when they're cooking pasta. 1, not enough water.
Yeah.
And 2, not enough salt.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Simple rule, for every 100 grams of pasta, you need 1 liter of water and 1 teaspoonful of salt.
That's
very
right.
simple.
Yeah, very simple.
Very simple. And that means if you even cook a standard 500 gram packet of pasta, you're going to need a pot that holds at least 5 liters, which is quite a big pot.
Yeah.
It's not your average little cooking pot. It's at least this size. That's probably that gives you 5 liters plus a bit of space.
Yeah.
But you need a decent sized pot to do it.
Yeah, and every time I say to try that is enough salt, and then we have to stir so that the pasta doesn't stick. Another mistake they do is they put some oil.
Yeah, why?
No point.
For what?
So absolutely not.
There's an old saying, in English, oil and water does not mix.
Yeah.
So there's not much point in having a bit of oil floating on the surface of the water when the pasta is sticking at the bottom of it.
Yeah, exactly. Now we need something like 10 minutes.
Now that's reduced nicely. You let it reduce a bit, which concentrates the flavours.
Yes, and now is the moment to...
Pasta's cooked.
Pasta is almost cooked, 3 minutes to go, but we finished to cook the pasta
in there. What a good idea. That's how you get all the flavours into the pasta.
Yeah.
Okay. I know it is certainly true, though, that of all the restaurants that you see in this country that call themselves Italian, very few of them cook the food the way we would understand it in Italy.
Yes, and they do a lot of big mistakes, like they overcook the fish many times. Many times they
often mistake.
Yeah,
yes.
often mistake, and many times they put a lot of tomato sauce, and that's wrong because they think
they sometimes think it's generous to put in more sauce, but actually it shouldn't be a soup.
Yeah, exactly.
There should be enough sauce to coat the pasta, but stop there.
Yes.
Same with pizzas. Always far too much topping on it.
And as you can see now we start to finish to cook the pasta inside the liquid. Now is the time to put the cherry tomatoes.
Okay.
So they cook nice inside, and parsley.
Well, of course, it's probably true that no matter where you are in Italy, if you ask in a restaurant for linguine allo scoglio, this is what you're going to get.
Yes.
Because Italians are very fussy like this.
Yeah.
If they see a name on a menu, they expect it to be exactly and precisely what it says. Because they all know what the recipes are.
If someone, a chef, is doing something different, they should write it on the menu.
Yeah, or say this is my style.
My style, or the linguine of the chef, or
Linguine
la moda
chef.
dello chef.
Yeah,
or things
exactly.
like that, yeah. Or mamas, like a mama is.
Which is what you will often see on Italian menus. You will often see that.
Exactly.
And you'll know it's the chef's own variation on the dish.
So as you can see, there is a nice sauce now.
Nice thick sauce.
Yeah, and the pasta is al dente.
Yeah.
Now is the time to mantecare the
Just
pasta.
a little bit
Just
of olive
a little
oil.
bit of olive oil. And again, some nice, fresh, beautiful
basil.
Yes, just like that. And you do mix nice all together. So you can see there is a nice, beautiful sauce.
Yeah, this
very nice.
sauce is thickened up nicely.
Yeah. And now that's
Nicely reduced.
Yeah. And now that is the time to enjoy the
Now
pasta.
you can eat it.
Yeah. If you like, you can take off the garlic.
Yes.
But some people
I often would.
Yeah. And some people they do like to eat
To eat it. Yes,
Yeah.
people without partners.
We have to start with the pasta. A little bit. It's a nice, beautiful smell.
The smell is fantastic. You can smell the sea.
Yeah, you can smell the sea.
Now, who would not be pleased with a plate like that?
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
All these delicious things. Now, you see, a dish like this would make me very happy because, as you know, when I go around Ireland, what I'm always looking for, especially in Italian restaurants, I want something that's authentic. I want something that reminds me of the food I get in Italy.
Yeah.
What I don't like is that, I don't know what you would call it, that sort of Italo-Irish cuisine where they take a dish, or any old dish, bit of chicken and put on some balsamic vinegar and rock it, and all of a sudden, now that's an Italian dish.
Yes.
The dish that I was so enthusiastic about when I reviewed you recently was the pasta with fagioli, pasta fagioli.
Pasta fagioli.
What we call it in my part of Italy. And it's a dish that's been nourishing southern Italians for hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years, yeah, and very pleasant dish, and it comes from the countryside.
Absolutely, and when I tasted it, it just made me just think immediately, this is how it used to taste when my granny made it, when my great auntie made it.
Yes,
That's what it tasted like.
Yeah,
and it was right. It was what. So when you see that on a menu and then you actually get what it's supposed to be, we take that for granted in Italy.
Yeah.
But here, in this country, it turns into a surprise.
And thank you very much anyway.
What I would say to anybody who asks me is, if you like Italian food and you want to eat it the way you would eat it in Italy, you really have to be quite careful about where you go. Possibly the best thing to do is just read read some of my reviews, find out where the authentic places are. Because otherwise you could walk into a place that calls itself Italian and you could get perfectly acceptable food, but it won't be Italian.
Everybody can put a sign outside and to call it Italian restaurants. But you know, what is important is to understand that all the beautiful Italian cuisine around the world comes from the countryside, from Italy. So, because the peasant people, they were in need and starving, and they started to be very creative.
Yes.
And with very poor ingredients.
They made some delicious food.
Some delicious food, and that food went into the cities after.
Yeah.
And now here we are. That's the beautiful Italian cuisine.